Today I have the pleasure of speaking to Neil. Neil, would you like to introduce your business and tell us what you do?
Hello. My business is called EcoPlum Midlands Limited. We specialise in two areas of the construction industry. So we do new build work for a couple of high-end builders, Bloor Homes, Red Row, etc. And then the other side of the business, we do a lot of residential work where we've just completed prestigious jobs like the Commonwealth Games Village. We're doing a 400 apartment residential job in the Jewellery Quarter, and that side of the business is growing tremendously. Currently sitting at around 38 staff with a mixture of direct and subcontractors. And yeah, that's really it.
Fabulous. And how long have you been doing this for? How long's the business been around?
So me and my business partner, a long time ago, set up this company in 2006, where it was called D&N Plumbing. 2008, when we was doing a lot of the eco scheme work for British Gas, we changed our business name to EcoPlum Midlands Limited. Yeah, and we've just grown and grown from there, really.
Amazing. What a great result.
Yeah.
Do you still love it?
No. No, I do really. I could never imagine doing anything else. You know, it has its challenging times, like I'm sure all jobs do. But yeah, it's all good.
Fabulous. Okay. So over that is it 16 years? My math's right there?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. We're not around that sort of here.
Have you got a good story, a good customer story, or a best customer, or something to share that kind of either makes you laugh or makes you proud, or both?
Nothing that I could put on camera. You know, there's lots of things that happen on site that you remember, but I wouldn't like to repeat it on an interview.
We will get people to reach out directly for those stories then.
Yeah.
Fab. So were there any business changes that you had considered that COVID made a necessity?
Yes. Obviously when COVID first hit, our first strategy was to see, do we need to close up shop? Which I'm sure was a lot of people's view. I mean, we went from having nearly 70 grand's worth of materials turn out on sites on Monday, and then was told sites are shut on the Wednesday. Yeah. We're driving around collecting it all, thinking, how are you going to pay for this stuff? You know, so it was really challenging. Luckily for ourselves, in terms of the new build side, the plots that were already open, they reopened site for us to get in and do that works, and very fastly transpired into people actually closing down business, which opened up more doors for us to expand as a business, because we managed to survive it. That went from us being 12 people to 38 people, which, wow, you know, that's opened up job opportunities for, you know, creating what I'm talking to you for, making that hierarchy of we need a proper management structure. So our first point was to get someone in the office and run admin. So we employed a lady who got made redundant from the plumbing merchants to come in and out with the purchase order side of the business, because she was familiar with the products we was using anyway. And she's naturally grown and settled well into the business, and she's now running all of our customer care as well. So that was an area we never anticipated before, with the volume of growing, how much customer care you get come through the door. We then implemented getting a project manager in to try and take us away from the day-to-day works. But at that time, we only had 3 sites going. We've now got 7. So, you know, that area needs to grow again, and that's only been in the space of 12 months. So yeah, it's COVID was a challenging time, but you know, it was challenging in the right ways, which, you know, I can only be thankful for, because I know for a lot of people it was challenging for the wrong things, and actually it really sadly having to close up shop. We was luckily to be ones that it didn't happen to.
Yeah, and you manage, it sounds like, and it's such a great success story when you've managed to take people who have faced redundancy and got them back into work quite quickly.
Yeah, it is. I've never looked at it that way. I looked at it more of that'll benefit me sort of thing. Yeah, no, you've seen these people, especially like with Ellen, who was, you know, we've gone into the suppliers buying stuff off her for years, and so we was already friendly with her anyway. But when we knew that she was being let go, it was, yeah, you need to come to us.
Yeah, no, of course. And do you have any vacancies currently?
Yes, so we've literally looking for another project manager to work underneath myself and my business partner. That we need to look after a maximum of 4 sites to, you know, fulfill what we need him to do. So yeah, we are definitely looking for another project manager to join the banks and help deal with those day-to-day things, because like I say, the project manager that we originally took on, at the time we only had 3 sites, and now we've got 7 new build sites and 2 commercial jobs.
Yeah.
Which if he can't do what I need him to his full potential now.
Yeah.
It's
Not enough hours in that day.
No, well, it's causes myself and my business partner to be pulled out onto site trying to fill in the gaps, which, you know, takes us away from the growth of the business.
Yeah, no, of course. It sounds very exciting. Okay. So since you started the business all those years ago, what has been your biggest learning?
It was easy to be on the tools. managing people is a hard job, and you know, that's where we've got to. Biggest learning curve for myself would be communication skills. When I first started, I very rarely talked to anybody. I just focused on just doing my plumbing. But having to meet new clients, sell yourself as a plumber, you know, sell the business, because the business is yourself really, and what you can deliver. In the beginnings, you know, you're going to price the job and it had been a lot of ums and ahs and maybe this, and, you know, you were scared to give somebody a price, but knowing your value is definitely something I've learned over the years. And when you're issuing a price, it doesn't matter how high the price is or how low the price is, if you're confident in what you're saying and sell it in that right way, you're going to win the job anyway. I think that's something that I've, away from plumbing, really learned. Yeah.
No, fabulous. Okay. And then looking back, and I know you were very young when you started the business, but if you were to give your 18-year-old self some advice, what would it be?
Probably to not be so scared to try something. For years, we could have grown this business a lot sooner, but we restricted that ourselves. And even though I'm telling my 18-year-old self that, as I'm saying it, I'm telling myself now at the age of 37 that I need to stop doing that, you know. So it's I think, like, you know, reaching out to someone like yourself is it's going to be that transition that I feel like I need, that new bit of fire to help me push myself. And same with my business partner. You know, you can talk about it till you're blue in the face, but if you haven't got someone, sometimes being a director, you've not got nobody to push you. You can become a bit complacent or dragged back into your old habits. So yeah, if I was to tell myself something, it would be to go for it.
Fabulous. Would you have listened?
Probably not.
So true. Okay, so last question for today. What inspires you today?
My kids. You know, at the end of the day, that's your kids and your family and your wife. You know, that's what we're here for. The business growing obviously has its challenges with your family life and stuff, because, you know, as the dad, you want to be able to give everything you can, and to do that you need to grow to a certain size of, you know, not financially being secure, but that's what we do it for at the end of the day. as much as you do it for yourself as well, right? But they're what you look at and go, I want them to have the life I never had. So that's why you work so hard for it. So yeah.
What a great answer. Thank you. And we're done. That wraps it up. Great job. That was amazing. Your answers were so real.